right now on 5 on your side at 10.
Refreshing weekend. Below average temperatures continue for a couple more days, and we're tracking rain chances as we head into early next week.
His death helped spark change in the country, and Ferguson is still healing.
We can't find justice within the system, then things are still gonna just be haywire.
How St. Louis is remembering Michael Brown 10 years later. But first tonight, after weeks of calls for his resignation, the Sangamon County Sheriff steps down. Plus, 5 on your side receives new surveillance video of the former deputy charged in Sonia Massey's death.
Sean, these guys will take care of you. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kelly Jackson. That video is just one of the major developments today in the high-profile case of Sean Grayson. The former Sangamon County Sheriff's deputy faces charges in last month's shooting death of Sonia Massey. 5 on your side's Robert Townsend is in the newsroom with the latest.
Kelly, today, former Sangamon County Deputy Sean Grayson had hoped he'd be released from jail and set free, but a judge denied the request. Now, this comes as the Sangamon County Sheriff announced his resignation. Now, as for that jail video of Grayson, it too is making national headlines. This is the video recorded on July 17th as former Sangamon County Sheriff's Deputy Sean Grayson is booked in the Menard County Jail. The Sheriff's Office released the video to 5 on your side. It shows Grayson, who shot and killed Sonia Massey inside her Springfield, Illinois home last month, engaged in a conversation with sheriff's deputies. On July 6th, Massey calls 911 about a possible intruder inside her home. Grayson and another deputy responded. During their interaction, Grayson yelled at Massey as she held a boiling pot of water. He said he feared for his life and shot her 3 times, killing her. Prosecutors charged Grayson with multiple murder charges in Massey's death. In the jail video, Grayson talks about his case.
That's what the state's attorney agreed, or that's what the state's attorney made the charges. So they said this is for my own safety to put me in custody. So here I am.
Grayson has pleaded not guilty. In the video, he says he expects a short time behind bars.
Yeah. Well, this whole new safety act. That's why hopefully I'll be out tomorrow.
He was referring to his initial court appearance on July 18th. Grayson's lawyers argue the Menard County Jail is unable to treat Grayson's medical needs, which include having colon cancer. In court Friday, a judge ruled he will remain behind bars. Hours after the video release, Sangamon County Sheriff Jack Campbell announced he's stepping down amid growing public outcry. Meantime, civil rights attorney Ben Crump, who's representing Sonia Massey's family, said in part, although the pain of losing her is still fresh, Sonia's family is going to work with the outgoing sheriff for the remainder of his tenure to help heal the community. Now, in a statement released today, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker said he hopes a fresh start with new leadership will usher in a new era of reform and rebuild the trust lost between the Sangamon County community and the Sheriff's Office. Grayson returns to court later this month, Kelly.
All right, thanks, Robert. Today marks 10 years since the death of Michael Brown. Brown was shot and killed by a Ferguson police officer. That was followed by weeks of protest and unrest on the streets of Ferguson. His death also forever changed his family, who lost a son. I sat down with the man who shares his name, Michael Brown Sr., who says it has only been in the last couple of years that he's been able to grieve the death of his son.
We didn't get a chance to actually process until later on, you know, when we finally took that moment, you know, because it's like, we got to do this, we got to do that, we got to do whatever we need to do.
Led a unity walk to mark his son's death. Hundreds of activists and community members chanted his name and laid blue roses where his body laid for hours on that day in 2014. That was followed by a moment of silence. Brown was the oldest of 11 siblings who say they wish they could have grown up with him.
He was a great big brother. You know, that he was always good to us, and I just really wish that he was here to see me, my siblings growing up, his nieces and nephews that are now here, that are now coming into this world. So I know that he's still here watching over us and protecting us no matter what.
Michael Brown Sr. started the organization Chosen for Change shortly after the death of his son. And tonight, the group held its largest fundraiser of the year, the Black Ball at the Missouri History Museum. Andy Kroll is here with more on their mission.
Absolutely, Kelly, and I just got back from the ball. In large part, it's about making sure people understand the gravity of his death. That was 10 years ago, of course. Education was a huge emphasis tonight with the Chosen for Change organization. They have an after-school program working with elementary school children who, many of them, Kelly, as you probably know, weren't even alive when Michael Brown Jr. died. So they teach literacy as well as unpacking crucial history in St. Louis and, of course, nationwide with a very fitting backdrop. Take a look. Remembering Michael Brown Jr. was an all-day event on August 9th, on a walk, we got to fight back, in a moment of silence, and closing out the night with a black ball. The annual Chosen for Change Black Ball at the Missouri History Museum brought together nearly 300 people to remember the death of Michael Brown Sr.'s son. The group's mission is to help families battle profound grief. Executive Director of Chosen for Change, Melanie Randall, said.
All roads lead to Ferguson from all over the nation. People don't know that this family has supported people in 12 other states, impacted families. Breonna Taylor's family, George Floyd family. They have been to Australia, they have been to Ghana, and all over spreading the message to support fathers and families who are processing the unthinkable.
Making sure this name isn't forgotten, while also unpacking how things have changed since 2014.
How we move, how we process things, but systemically, no change. We're still losing loved ones at the hands of police brutality, violence, poverty.
Sir Irvin Williams was one of the hosts Friday night, hoping to raise more than $50,000.
It's more awareness, but we need more done politically to change laws in Ferguson and in the city of St. Louis and across the country for being young, black, 6'3" plus African American. It's just been a threat because I walked out the door.
In another 10 years, many want to make sure we're not having the same conversations.
So this is my way of giving back and making sure that Michael Brown's name stays alive and moving forward. And it's sad that he had to go down in history as a martyr, but we have to make sure that these stories are continuously being told so these stories don't repeat themselves. If you missed any of today's events, there are more throughout the weekend, continuing the dialogue surrounding Michael Brown's death. Tomorrow, a Heal Our Cities concert at Harris Stowe University runs from noon to 3 p.m. and Sunday, it's the second to last day of the Ferguson Empowerment Center's As I See You exhibit. Kelly?
Thank you, Annie. And be sure to join us for our special Race, Listen, Learn, Live. Voices of Ferguson. That's August 22nd at 7 p.m. The hour-long special takes a closer look at how far Ferguson has come since that day, the healing that has taken place, and the work that still needs to be done. Tonight, 2 local educators are back in town after receiving national recognition. The KIPP St. Louis teachers were both awarded $10,000 each for excelling in the classroom. As 5 on your side's Brent Solomon explains, they had no idea they were being rewarded.
It's a welcome back moment for families at KIPP Wisdom Academy ahead of the start of school next week.
I love what I do.
One of the fresh faces greeting them, kindergarten teacher Sonia Taylor, a teacher who prides herself on helping students win.
30% were on grade level when I got them. And at the end of the year on their Dibbles reading test, I had 90% of my students on or above benchmark.
Others are seeing the progress too. At a national KIPP conference in Florida last week, Taylor's husband surprised her by being there, as she was recognized as one of the group's national top teachers. It came with a $10,000 award. She immediately thought of her son.
I said, oh my gosh, we can pay for Elijah's braces.
The same amount of money that I received is the same amount needed to pay off my mortgage. Look at God.
Erica Williams, a reading teacher at KIPP, was the other local awardee. She created programs like the Lit Kids Club and the Real Men Read event to connect students with men who come to the school to read to them.
Our children need to definitely see men that look like them primarily as well. It kind of took off. We had administrators, we had community leaders coming in to assist us, so it was pretty much an all hands on deck.
They're shining examples of going above and beyond to help our future thrive.
I told my husband when I won the award, I said, I don't think I have ever in my life felt this celebrated. And wow, like it feels amazing.
Do me a favor. Promise me you'll keep up the good work.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, my pleasure. This is my heart. This is my passion. I have no other choice.
Brent Solomon, 5 on your side.
And the surprise awards were given during a training conference in front of thousands. KIPP St. Louis students returned to the classroom Tuesday. Former President Trump is not the only one drawing big crowds.
So it's good to be back in Arizona. Good evening, everyone.
Where Vice President Kamala Harris and Trump took their campaigns tonight, preparing for the podium.
It's really just for training, but it was good. I liked it.
The race this cyclist faced with his eyes set on gold.
Golden sunshine for us for much of the weekend, but the mornings start with a bit of a chill. We're timing out the return of showers and storms for next week in just 7 minutes.